Hello, everyone. It's Alex Meller at Capnion here. In a minute, I'd like to talk about the anticipation of NVIDIA's upcoming earnings call tomorrow and the history of AI winter, two periods in the past where interest and funding around AI has reached a crescendo and collapsed. Could we have another one? But first, I just want to get out there. I have a general thesis, and I'll explain why it's relevant, that AI is really something to be scared of in the long term. It's really important to avoid getting too much sucked into the inevitable cycles of hype and collapse. All right. If you follow finance news at all, it seems like what the finance media is doing this week is waiting for NVIDIA's earnings call. NVIDIA, of course, is a notable supplier of some of the advanced chips that are used to accelerate important cutting-edge AI models. Their stock has been skyrocketing the past few months, and in general, there's a pretty obvious sense out there that AI is Wall Street's big excuse why the stock market should go up. Why is this interesting from a purely AI sense? If you're interested in the long arc of AI, and I'm going to keep arguing in these videos over and over again that you should be, it's not a purely technological story, and the role of finance is really important. Companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google are spending massive amounts of money that they are not supporting with revenue to give you access to these models. And that can't go on forever. That money, in some sense, is coming partly or entirely for investors. Do investors have unlimited patience? Probably not. And so the NVIDIA earnings call is a great bellwether of, is somebody out there making money in an old-timey 19th century revenue greater than cost sense from AI? Or is AI just a really sexy black hole that you can dump money into forever? It's been so hyped the past couple years, it's difficult to imagine AI winter, but if you look at the history, it has twice happened in the 1960s and then in the early 80s. And I think it's actually interesting that hype about AI predates personal computing by quite a bit. It happened in the 60s and the 80s that there was a lot of hype cycle like we see now. People were very excited about some kind of imminent progress in AI. There was lots of money being thrown at it. And after a while, the people throwing the money weren't seeing the results they wanted, and they stopped, and AI research collapsed. In both cases, was semi-discredited for a while. Could such a thing happen again? Well, whether or not it does is really a story about how Wall Street and private investors more broadly look at AI. And if you follow the finance media, people are getting grumpier about this company is investing lots of money in AI. Where is the return on that investment? It's very difficult to say what kind of patience people have. And if you were a master of understanding these things, you could just print money on the stock market. But it looks very possible to me we could have another AI winter. And it's really not because AI isn't making progress or there are no technological successes. It's more a story of expectations. And people thought we were arriving in some shiny / terrifying AI future really soon, and that didn't turn out to be true, and they didn't have the patience to play a longer term game. It's often true, looking at the stock market, for example, stock goes up, stock goes down, people want to ask why. Well, AI is in a place right now, sort of classic, where if things went downhill and you asked why, the story's kind of like, well, they went up so much, down was the only sane place to go. So people are not so crazy for staring at the countdown to the NVIDIA earnings call tomorrow. It's really going to set a tone for a lot of things. And it's cut and dried quantitative information. Implicitly, it has a lot of data in it about how various important actors, economic actors, not researchers, not technical people, are thinking about AI and how they might act based on those thoughts. So, if you haven't been paying attention, but you're interested in AI, not normally a finance news person, have a look, and it's all over the newspaper, so it won't be hard to find. Once again, this is tomorrow, and I think it could be pretty interesting. You might want to check it out. Have a great week, everybody.